Friday, 8:17 p.m., the Whitford estate echoed with laughter, clinking glasses, and the sound of money, until someone found the wine cellar door ajar. Vivian Whitford was more than a name. She was a legacy. The only daughter of Harold Whitford, founder of the billion-dollar Whitford Vineyards empire. Educated at Oxford, photographed at galas, and due to take over the family business after her father's retirement. That evening, the estate hosted a private wine-tasting gala for investors and close family. The cellar was normally off-limits, a sacred vault storing some of Europe's rarest vintages. But that night, someone had broken the rules. Vivian had disappeared halfway through the event. At first, no one noticed. The guests were too busy admiring the 1961 Bordeaux and catching glimpses of celebrities flown in for the occasion. But when the lights flickered and the staff went searching, they found her body slumped beneath a wine rack, blood pooled under her head, a shattered bottle of red wine mixed with it, almost indistinguishable, and in her hand a single cork with a fingerprint that didn't belong to her. Every bottle tells a story. So does every secret. Vivian's death wasn't just tragic. It was a scandal. The Whitfords weren't just wealthy. They were connected. Generations of politicians, diplomats, and socialites sat at their tables, which meant this couldn't go public. Not yet. The inner circle was questioned first. Gregory Whitford, Vivian's older cousin, once considered heir to the vineyards until Vivian was chosen instead. Known for gambling debts, fast cars, and faster tempers. Julianne Marchand, Vivian's French tutor turned assistant. Rumors swirled that Vivian was planning to remove her from the will and the estate. Elliot Dane, sommelier and cellar manager. Quiet, loyal, and invisible. Exactly the type of person who could disappear in a crowd. He was the last person seen entering the cellar before the murder. As detectives investigated, they found the surveillance system had a 3-minute blackout, during which the killer struck. And one more thing, a single wine bottle was missing. One of only 4 ever produced. A 1787 Chateau Lafite, worth $300,000. The question was no longer just who killed her. It was who killed her, and what were they trying to steal? A good wine has layers, so does a murder. The autopsy revealed something chilling. Vivian hadn't died from blunt force trauma. She had been poisoned first. Hemlock, a slow-reacting toxin once used in ancient executions. She had ingested it roughly 30 minutes before her death. The wine glass she was drinking from was never found. Forensics swept the cellar. On one of the ancient oak barrels, they found a faint lipstick mark. DNA confirmed it was Vivian's, but on the cork from her hand, a different fingerprint, Gregory's. When confronted, Gregory claimed he had opened the wine earlier that day to show off to investors, but records showed the bottle had never been scheduled for display. Why lie? Then came a new twist. A single email from Vivian, recovered from her encrypted tablet, sent just hours before her death. I know about the offshore accounts. If you don't tell Father, I will, tonight. It was addressed to Julianne. In wine, there is truth. In this case, the truth was buried deep. Under pressure, Julianne cracked. She admitted Vivian had discovered that she and Gregory had been siphoning money from the vineyard's export accounts into offshore companies, a slow leak worth millions. But she denied the murder. I swear I confronted her in the study. We argued, but I left. She was alive when I walked away. So who poisoned the glass? Who planted the cork? Who used the blackout to finish the job? That's when Elliot, the quiet sommelier, disappeared. They found him 2 days later, trying to board a private ferry to Portugal with the missing Chateau Lafite hidden in his suitcase. He confessed everything, except the murder. I was stealing the bottle, that's all. But she was already dead when I found her. Vivian's killer was hiding in plain sight, in the same room, raising a glass to her death. The final clue came from something small, barely noticeable. A smudge of hemlock residue was found, not on the cork, not on the bottle, but on a crystal wine charm. One of only 10 made. They were given out at the party, each one engraved with initials. The poison was on the charm belonging to Gregory. It wasn't Elliot. It wasn't Julianne. It was Gregory Whitford, the cousin who had lost everything to her, the heir who'd been replaced, the Mars, man drowning in debt and now willing to kill for what he believed was his birthright. In his confession he said, "She took what was mine, so I took what couldn't be replaced, her." He was sentenced to life in prison. The vineyard passed to a trust. And the 1787 Chateau Lafite? It was buried with Vivian, at her father's request, because some bottles are too cursed to open again. Every story leaves a trace. Some are lost to the past, others whisper truths no one dares to speak. If you're ready to listen, the secrets will keep unfolding. Stay tuned. This is only the beginning.